Hello everyone, Uber Dante here. Today I'd like to show 10 more games you can play with the Flipword deck. Here you can see the additional rulebook that comes with the game. It has 10 different games you can play. So let's get into it. And today I'd like to show off the playingcards.io version of Flipword to show off these games. And so let's just have a look at the features of that room. So you have your deck here in the middle, and you can choose the original deck, the new deck that came out recently, or a random mix of them. So let's just do a random mix. And there's some different buttons here on the top. This button for 3-card game just gives you, every time you click on it, gives you the next cards. And you can just go through when you have just the one card left in the middle. If you click tie last, it will flip all 3 piles. Okay, there is a random 3 button. Just uses the same mix of cards, but just gives you 3 cards randomly. This select all button, or show all button, shows you all of the cards. And return all returns them all. Deck. Okay. There's some counters for keeping score, and a timer if you're playing solo with a timer. The rule book is down here. If you hover over the cards, you can see them, and you can click next to get to the next one. This has the original base game and the 10 more games rulebooks. Okay, let's look at the first game. It's 2-card Flipword. This could be played multiplayer or solo. Basically, instead of drawing 3 cards and showing 3 cards, you reveal only 2 cards. So this is good for younger players. If English is not the first language for some players, it's good for them, or if you want a faster game. And you can just click on 2-card game here, 2-card game, and it will reveal 2 cards. Just keep clicking on that button, and it will reveal the next 2 cards. That's it. Let's take a look at the next game, 2-card Volley Flipword. So as in 2-card Flipword, you only reveal 2 cards each turn. However, players are providing multiple answers to the same set of conditions. So each turn, players go back and forth, giving answers until one player cannot provide a new answer within, let's say, 20 seconds or 30 seconds. So just looking at, let's say, these 2 cards here, one condition has a G but not an L, one other condition has a U in it. So players should go back and forth trying to find words that have those 2 conditions. So one player might say gun, and the other player might say gum, and another player might say bug. The player says hunger. You got to go back and forth until no one can think of another word. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead to game number 5, which is Judgement Flipword. This is kind of like the apples to apples version of Flipword. It's multiplayer. Each turn, players alternate being a judge, and before revealing the cards for the turn, the judge announces a criterion for that turn. So it could be something subjective, like it's a funny word, or it's something mysterious, or it's a word related to the players, or it's something that's important to you, or something nearby, or something like that. And then after revealing the cards, all the players except for the judge give an answer. You have time to think about it, give your answers, and then the judge decides which answer is best based on the criterion given and gives a point to that player. So this one is recommended for 2 cards because you're able to come up with many more words in that case. But okay, so a round would go something like this. If you're playing with 4 people, one of them is a judge, says, okay, you have to come up with something that's important to you. And okay, that's the criterion. Then you flip the card, and it's in the house and starts with D and it's something important to you. So one person says documents, and another person says dog, and another person says dinner. And then the judge has to decide which one they think is the best for that criterion. Okay, so this one I think is just great. It's a 9-card flipword. And this is a solo game. There's a multiplayer version, but it's basically a solo game using all 9 cards. Attempt to find words or phrases that fit basically an increasing number of conditions. So you have these cards. You can use any of the 4 conditions on the cards. You can flip them. You can turn them upside down. And you have these different challenges. So challenge A is you need to find one word that uses 2 cards, one word that uses 3 cards, and one word that uses 4 cards. And that's shown in this image in the middle of the screen. Challenge B is you find one word using 4 cards, another using 5. Challenge C, 3 and 6. Challenge D, 2 and 7. And then challenges E and F are using one word using 8 cards and one word using 9 cards. And this is a really fun challenge, especially E and F. Try to work with the cards that you have and see if you can find a word that matches all of those conditions. This is quite a fun solo game. Okay, so to do this with PCIO, you could just click See All. You got all of your cards here, and so shall we try? Let's try to do well. Let's one that has 5. We can use put the 5 up here, and one word that uses 4 of these, and so you could turn the card like that. You can flip the card to the other side. Do whatever you want to do. So let's see. All right, something that's, let's just see what we have here. I'm gonna try this. So we try 4 or 5 first. All right, let's try the 5 first. So we'll come up here and we'll try this 5. Game's gonna be hard for me. Let's try place. What do we have here related to work? Okay, so workplace that starts with T has 2 of the same letters. And has a okay, I think I have it. Doesn't have an O or U, so it's a place, no O or U. 2 of the same letter. Starts with T, related to work. I'm going to say train yard, which has 2 A's in it, 2 R's in it as well. Doesn't have an O or U. It's related to work in its place. Okay, so we have that. I think it should be easy to get one that meets 4. So same number of vowels and consonants, ends with E, wild or free, and no repeated consonants, and just say lion. No, that's not with an E. Why did I say lion? Wild or free, is there? I'm trying to think of like a 4-letter word that ends with E. That's wild or free. Or how about this? Sweet, calm, or gentle wave. You have like kind of a gentle wave. Same number of vowels, the consonants, ends with an E, and no repeated consonants. Okay, so that's the 9-card flipword, and there are some different restrictions you can place on yourself. So let's have a look at those. So below the image, there's 2 kinds of challenges. There's the extra challenge and the extreme challenge. So the extra challenge is to attempt any of the above challenges without flipping over any of the cards. So you can rotate them, you can regroup them, meaning like you could take those 5 cards that you had on the top and you could take 1 card and okay, I'm going to swap it with these 4 cards over here. You can swap them into different groups or regroup them. You can rotate them, but you can't flip them over. And then the extreme challenge is you have to do the challenge without flipping or rotating the cards. You can regroup them in different groups, but you can't flip them over or rotate them. So for these easier challenges like A, B, and C, doing the extreme makes those a little bit more challenging. For E and F, there might not even be an answer if you do the extreme challenge, but maybe doing the extra challenges is fun, I think. Okay.